You know, guys, I've only been on YouTube less than a week, and this is already the second remake that I've had to review. I don't know how I should feel about that. I really don't. What's going on, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm new here on YouTube, so please consider supporting me and my channel by subscribing, leaving a like, and a comment down below. It would mean the world to me. Without any further ado, let's talk about Nightmare Alley. Nightmare Alley was directed by Guillermo del Toro. It's a remake of the 1946 film with the same name. It stars Bradley Cooper, Rooney Mara, Cate Blanchett, Paul Anderson, and William Dafoe. It tells the story of a young man in early 1940s America, played by Bradley Cooper. In this movie, he ends up finding out that he wants to go somewhere. He falls into a carnival where they teach him how to become a mentalist. These are the people who are at those carnivals who are so good at basically profiling you or understanding you by just looking at you. They can look at you and they can know what you eat for breakfast, what your favorite color is. They can guess where you came from. All this by just looking at you. But they pretend like they have these magical powers, and that draws people to the carnival. That's what Bradley Cooper ends up becoming. He falls in love, but while working there, a crime unfolds and a mystery takes place, and an entire just escapade starts. It just goes all over the place. So let's talk about everyone in it. First of all, Bradley Cooper. This is easily one of his best performances. I have not seen him this on fire in a long time. He really seems like he's giving his all. The energy he puts into it is awesome. Also, I'm a sucker for the mustache he grew. It looks great. I'm sorry, it's fantastic. I also really love how this movie's written. They keep that classic noir feel, that classic 1940s-esque feel to it, but with a more updated version where it still feels like it's from that era, but more grounded, more realistic, and more, I guess, relevant for the modern era. It is still classic, but it holds up today, and it's been tweaked enough that it works. There's still that kind of way that people talk, and they got the dressing down. The costumes are phenomenal in this movie. The cinematography is beautiful. Del Toro is a master of this. If you've seen any of his films, you know that he's really good at building characters, suspense. That's his knack. He's really excellent at crafting these kind of things. William Dafoe, excellent in the movie. Paul Anderson, he's good in the movie. Cate Blanchett, though, once again, this top-notch performance. She's giving it everything that she has in this movie, and I loved when she was on screen. To me, anyway, she was quite a bit of a scene stealer. Also, Rooney Mara, she's doing a very good job. I mean, she's not, in my opinion, not as good as everyone else in the movie, but she's still giving a really solid performance. This movie does a really good job, though, of invoking the feeling that Bradley Cooper's character feels in the movie, of almost this distrust and this mysterious darkness that's around this carnival. This carnival feels very crooked and very dangerous, and there's an unsettling feeling when you're there. But yet they play it up like they're very funny at times. They can play it they're very intelligent, and people see it from the outside, but they don't see the inside of how it really is. And the way that's written is very good. It's executed very well. There's also so many things that I think they improved upon from the original that just didn't really work for me or didn't make much sense. That it seems like you could tell someone looked at that was like, it needs to be fixed. And they were like, there, I fixed it. And I'm all in for that. I'm trying not to spoil this movie because I think this is a movie you really need to experience yourself. This is something that's worth the theater experience. This is something you need to see on the big screen to get the full effect. The cinematography is beautiful in this film. I love everything about that. I do feel the film score is a little weak. The script also, even though I really like what they do with the characters and with the script and the mystery and everything, it still just feels a little dated. And I don't like all the aspects. The romance is still one of those romances I just can't buy into. When I saw the original 1946 version, I felt the same way. I didn't really care for it that much. I do think the characters are much better written, though, and don't take me wrong, I still like this movie. It's an excellent film, but I did have some problems with it. Also, I think the movie's a little long. They could have shaved a little bit of time off this movie, and it still would have had the exact same punch that they were hoping for. However, this movie does basically everything else right. Cinematography, costume design, editing, everything. I know this is really something you don't hear a lot in reviews, but something I really like in this movie is the sound and the lighting. These are two things that I think people look over and look past in a movie that really helps set the tone. And the lighting in this movie is excellent. It really, if you look at it, is conveying messages. And in this movie, it does a good job of that, and also really helps you feel certain emotions in certain scenes. The sound also is phenomenal. There's a certain way that a movie sounds to me that when I hear it, kind of make me feel different ways. This movie did a good job at having the sound where it's very ominous. It's not, I don't quite know how to describe it. It's not that typical movie sound. It's very good. This whole movie was awesome from beginning to end, minus those few problems that I mentioned. I would suggest this movie is worth your watch. I go see it in a theater. I'm going to give this movie 8 out of 10. Thank you as always for watching, and please stick around for my next video. As always, thanks for watching again. I'll see you next time.